Hello everyone. Starting next Tuesday with the launch of the EoC, Jagex is making a sale in the loyalty shop, so all auras will be 25% off and all of the other stuff in there will be 50% off, and I'm not going to talk about the other stuff because it's pretty much all completely cosmetic, so if you want to buy that stuff, go for it. It is a lot less expensive than usual, but I'm not going to talk about it in this video. But the auras I will definitely talk about. So there are four main ones that you want for combat, and that's Invigorate, Penance, Vampyrism, and Inspiration. So altogether, I believe it costs about 74k loyalty points, which if you've been saving up your loyalty points for a while, you should be able to just buy them all right off the bat. But if not, you'll want to choose which ones to buy. And my recommendation would be first to get Vampyrism, which costs 23k points, and it heals you by 5% of the damage you do. And that's really, really great in the EoC, especially if you don't have Soul Split, because in the EoC you don't have special attacks like Excalibur to heal you. I mean, you do have the passive effect from it, but healing in general is a bit more difficult. So having Vampyrism to heal you while you're in combat, that'll be really great. Also, along with that, when you eat food in the EoC, it lowers your adrenaline. So doing this will allow you to keep more adrenaline, which will be really nice. So I do recommend Vampyrism first. Next, I recommend Invigorate, which allows you, when you do an ultimate ability, to keep some of your adrenaline. I believe it's about 5% adrenaline that you keep. So that's it's not a ton, but it's a nice little bonus. And the good thing about that is that the basic level of Invigorate only costs 5k loyalty points, which is pretty much nothing, so you can get that really easily. Invigorate is the only one of these four auras that I'm going to talk about that actually has higher level ones. So there's Master Invigorate and Supreme Invigorate, and those cost 36.5k and 57.5k, not including the prices I'm listing here don't include the discount that you'll get, the 25% off. But at least in the current game, they don't do much different than the basic level of Invigorate, and since they cost so much more, I wouldn't really recommend getting them. So far we have Vampyrism first, then Invigorate, and then the next one is a little bit iffy because we don't actually know what it does. It hasn't been added, its effect hasn't been added to the beta yet, and that is Inspiration. And in the current game, each hit that you do with it restores 0.5% of your special attack bar, so it seems likely that in the EoC it'll make your adrenaline restore faster as you do attacks, so you'll get more adrenaline per hit, but we don't know how much it is, so we don't know how good it is. It could be better than Invigorate, we really have no idea. So that one's a little iffy. If I remember, or if people remind me, I'll put a bit more information in the description of this video when the EoC is released and we know what it does. And then the final combat aura that you probably want to get is Penance. And this one is the same as Vampyrism in that it costs 23k loyalty points. And for this one, when you take damage, a percent of that is added onto your prayer. So at the moment, when you take 100 damage, you get 20 prayer points back, which is really, really good. It's 20% back. I mean, it'll be adjusted for the new damage splats in the EoC, but that's quite good. And just to be clear, it doesn't reduce damage. It just gives you some prayer back. So first, get Vampyrism, then Invigorate, then Inspiration, although Inspiration is the iffy one. It could even come before Invigorate, and then Penance. And if you have more loyalty points, there are a few other options that are good, and there are also specific situation ones. Like if you do a lot of farm runs, then you might want to get greenfingers, which will give you more more herbs from your herb patches. Also, Jack of Trades is a really good one that gives you a daily little bit of experience just for training a couple skills. It's quite good. And then there's also things like Reverence, which makes your prayer points heal more and your prayer drain a little bit slower. So there are a few other little random ones, but in terms of combat in the EoC, I recommend the four that I mentioned before. So also to keep in mind, they did say that they're going to add those bank booster things to the loyalty shop. They didn't say when. Hopefully it'll be when they do this shop thing, but no guarantee of that. So if you don't absolutely need the auras, you may want to just save up your loyalty points so that you can get the extra bank slots when you can buy them in the loyalty shop as well. So that's really it for this video. I hope it's helpful in your decisions for getting auras, and yeah, thanks for watching.